Leading experts in technology are attending the Asian Financial Forum 2012 in Hong Kong, and among them is Andy Hutchings Broso of APIR Systems in Australia. And he's joining us from Sydney. Thanks indeed for joining us this time. Now, really looking at APIR, what does it actually do? Am I right in saying it's the go-to company for technology infrastructure?
Very close, Martin. APIR is in fact the Australian industry standard identification and coding agency for the unlisted securities market. So basically, as every product or company on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange has a ticker, APIR provides that same ticker for all the managed funds that are sold in the Australian market for managed funds and superannuation, and of course are now opened in Hong Kong and doing the same thing there.
And in developing the Asian markets, what brought APIR Systems to Hong Kong?
Well, it was just one of those things, I suppose. My wife was at a HKTDC conference in Hong Kong last year in November. As a result of that, I decided I'd go and have a chat to the SFC and HKMA and of course to HKTDC and Invest Hong Kong. And we worked up quite a good rapport. And as a result of that, I attended the Asian Financial Forum in January this year with David Thomas, who runs the Australian delegation, backed by Austrade here. And that was really the beginning, and it just rolled on from there, Martin.
So with a regional office here in Hong Kong, the idea is to expand regionally.
Oh, very much so. I think the really interesting thing is that Hong Kong is such a vibrant place, and it's so close to China, and of course that's where everyone wants to be. And we've established two companies in Hong Kong. One is APIR Hong Kong, which is there solely to look after the Hong Kong market, and also APIR Asia, which is there to run our activities as we expand across the Asian region. And at the moment, we're obviously focused on Hong Kong. We're having dialogue with offices in Beijing, and we're looking with our customers, our foundation partners, at other opportunities across Asia.
So is it a rite of passage, really, for technology companies in Australia to use Hong Kong as a base for expanding in Asia?
I think Hong Kong is amazingly important. As I said before, China is the main game for a lot of companies around the world at the moment, and Hong Kong is the place they go to launch those operations and to prepare themselves for future opportunities. Hong Kong provides a lot of good infrastructure, there are a lot of good companies there, there's the rule of law, there's just a whole lot of support facilities. HKTDC, Invest Hong Kong, it all just comes together to provide you with what you need. You've still got to survive in the market, you've still got to do your best, but you know, you make it as easy for yourself as you can. And I think Hong Kong's you'd really have to think hard about not picking Hong Kong as your launch pad.
So Andy, how would you see the Asian Financial Forum 2012 being of use in your business?
This is one of the things that makes Hong Kong very special. I came to the AFF in January this year, and what I found was that it brought people from China and Hong Kong, sure, but it brought people from across the region and even from Europe, and really impressive speakers from around the world. And so all those people are in one place. For a small company like ours, I mean, we're relatively small. I can go to the AFF, I can meet people, and then on top of just by being there, but at the same time, there's the opportunity to meet people through mechanisms like the deal flow. And the deal flow is really important. And we may not cut a deal, but at least we get to meet people and talk about where the future lies. And that is just such an important part of moving from where we are, our base in Australia, which is very southern hemisphere, into China, into Asia and China and wherever. So, yep, the AFF is very much part of our strategy.